Hello everyone, we are CultureCrushTV, and you're watching our TALQ series, and in this week's episode, we're just going to be going over how to be a good student. Okay, so tip number 1 is talk to your teacher, and this means a couple of different things. Whether you're in high school or college, this tip definitely pertains to you. If you're in college like we are, I would definitely suggest going to your professor's office hours or just talking to him or her after class. Definitely within the first week, make it a point to make some kind of contact with your teacher. First through email maybe, and then definitely face-to-face. Not only will your professor actually remember you, he or she will be more apt to keep up with your progress in the class and definitely help you if you're struggling. And the reason why is because knowing that you made that first step, it shows that you really care and are putting forth effort in the class, and professors love that. Also, what goes along with talking to your teacher is asking for help in general. So you might want to look into some tutoring sessions available, or study groups with your friends. Anything like that is definitely going to make you into a better student in the long run. So tip number 2 is to be alert in your classes and just to really care about the classes that you're in. So I would say know your syllabus. This means know what's coming before it comes. If there's an assignment or something due that day or a reading, do that before you get to class. Never go to class not knowing what's going on or not knowing what's going to be taught that day. In fact, if you look at the material beforehand, you'll feel so much more prepared when you get to class and like you know what's going on. Do different things to stay alert and aware in a class. Don't fall behind. If you have to, sit in the very front of the class so that you're not tempted to fall asleep or text or simply not pay attention in class. Always pay attention. Do all your assignments, keep up with your syllabus, and just put forth a general effort in all of your classes. Tip number 3 is study. And not just study, but there's definitely an amount of time that you need to be allotting to your study sessions. The rule that I go by is if the class is really hard, I study twice as long as the duration of that class period. So if I have an hour and 15-minute class, I study for 2.5 hours if the class is really hard. If the class is really easy, I study for half the amount. So if the class is an hour-long class, I study for 30 minutes. And if it's just a regular class, you study for the same amount of time as the class duration, at least 3 times a week. And tip number 4 is reward yourself. Reward your hard work. If you're putting in a ton of time studying and you're paying attention in class and going through all this extra effort, you're going to start to lose motivation if you're not rewarding yourself. Say if you get done with all your studying, reward yourself by watching your favorite TV show or by going out to eat with your friends or something. Like, give yourself downtime and a break. Don't study so hard that you're completely exhausted and have no energy for anything else. Also, for these rewards, make it so that you can only do these things if you complete your studying or complete any assignments that were given to you. Don't allow yourself to do these things if you haven't done the work. That way you can feel like it's a true reward for something you've done. Also, if you only give yourself these rewards when you have completed your homework or completed assignments, this is going to create a habit of when I do homework and do all these things, something good happens. Versus I'm bored, I'm this, which makes you not want to study. And when you just do those fun things instead, that creates a habit of procrastination. So let things in your life be rewards for your hard work, and you'll eventually create good study habits. Our last tip is tip number 5, and this is make it a fun learning experience. So not only do you want to reward yourself, but you honestly want to enjoy the entire process of learning. If you're in college, this is a time in your life where you should be happy to learn all that you're learning in order to receive your degree. So whether it be a math class, chemistry, English, I made it a habit to actually enjoy the class that I was taking, even if it wasn't one within my major. So, when I was taking a chemistry class, I learned different rhymes for the periodic table. Definitely utilize YouTube. When you're taking notes, make it fun. Use color coding, things like that. Anything to actually spark your interest in whatever it is that you're learning. So just as a bonus tip, and this is probably the number 1 thing I've learned throughout high school and in college, is never to procrastinate. Just don't do it under any circumstances. If you can get something done early, do it. Never convince yourself that I can do it later. If you hear those words in your mind, that means you should do it now. Unless there's something pressing or something else going on at the time that you just have to do and your attention can't go to that other thing that you have to do, just do it. If you hear in your mind, I can do it later, tell yourself, no, I'm doing it now. Never procrastinate. It makes everything awful. Just never procrastinate, because once you get behind in something and you find yourself playing catch up, it prevents you from having fun with classes. It prevents you from being able to take the time to do things like taking good notes and rewarding yourself and all those different things, all the tips that we gave beforehand. Once you procrastinate and get behind in things, it makes all those other things harder to execute. So just never procrastinate, guys. It's never a good idea. It's never worth it.
Alright, so that's the end of this episode of Talk. We hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. And don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye!